just answering questions to the lab tech while he's really, really sick and really shouldn't be doing this. I can't sleep because every time I lay down I about choke to death because my upper respiratory system is broken. So let's see if I can get through this. This is take 2. Here we go. Lab tech, the guy was registered as a Democrat for 30 years. He was born in New York City. He's a CIA dude. More so than that, you're wrong about him being a Native American is what he's saying. The such and such have rejected him entirely. You haven't done your research, and the fact that you're ignoring the thousands of online who post evidence as far as the eye can see. I mean, seriously, man, you're a freaking gatekeeper for those CIA shills. He was, in fact, registered Democrat for 30 years. I don't know why you didn't at least try the other names. He used 3 aliases. So what you're saying, in this MAGA world you live in, that this man, who's a Republican, faked his identity and got multiple voter registrations? That does fit into that kind of worldview, doesn't it? I did try the other names. It doesn't show up in Florida. He's a registered Republican in Florida. If you're going to try to find the other names, you have to be able to put a face to them. You have to actually find the identity. The state of Florida has said, has confirmed, apparently, twice now, that really is him. None of you tried to tell me where or when? I know why. You're giving me a bunch of BS to do. He only has Cesar Sayoc, Cesar Aleri, Randazzo, Cesar Aleri Sayoc Jr. He's an escort. He went to one Trump rally, videos on his Facebook calling him New York, his hometown, his own mouth. Hometown meaning where he was born. Yeah. You can register in another state when you move there. You know that, right? It's like you're supposed to. The fact that not only are you stuck up on the My Life disaster, so you admit the My Life page, which is the only one that was showing this, that I think it was Laura Loomer who came up with, you're admitting in this comment that it's been phonied up by Republicans. No, it has to be the Democrats, right? Okay. Outright red flagging, what a forking shill. 30 years. I don't know why you didn't at least try other names to use. Anyway, like a whining... stop acting like you're calling me a wussy? I'm not the one who thinks that him being a Republican or Democrat matters. The Republicans did. Your reflexive reacting to this is hilarious. Everybody who says they found that he had 30 years of being a Democrat, which would be dead bang useful because he could just register as a Democrat. Anybody can do that. Alright, where? What city and state? County? I showed on screen the data. One of the links tells you where to get it. The funny thing is the My Life page has one component that actually did match him. It was apparently his birth date. But keep peddling those theories when you could literally ask anyone on a Reddit thread. The Reddit thread you're talking about has an extreme bias in the subject. But you know what? It could actually be that he's a Democrat. It doesn't really matter, but it could be. The fact that the Republicans literally brought out the manure spreader brigade to prevent anyone from seeing that he was a Republican ever. If somebody registered as Democrat ever, that means they're always a Democrat. I'm listed as a Republican and a Democrat depending on what year you look up. No, I'm not going to give you my data to find out about it. I'm not letting you dox me. Screenshots. Right. I've already found 40 or 50 of them faked. They were badly faked. They used the wrong font to overwrite things instead of cutting and pasting letters and doing it the hard way. Lazy faking. Links. Almost all of the links you're referring to went to conservative-driven websites that wouldn't give me their sources. They're lying by refusing to give you a corroboration. People download most of his Facebook profile before it could be deleted and archived it, I'm assuming. Yes. Right? No. The conservatives archived one thing. a page for a video. None of you archived any of it. You screenshotted it. You didn't provide any links in this either. How do you think I know this? You don't know this. You specifically have decided to ignore him registering as a Republican since 2016. Because that's an inconvenient fact. And also, the reason you don't give me the links to the Facebook pages is because they were recently created Facebook pages, because you can confirm this. If you look in the source code for a Facebook page, even the archive.org version of it, it will tell you when it was built. Because you can find that on the main page and on some of the postings. Because for some reason, Facebook forgot to remove that. Facebook is also a really shitty source I don't normally even care about. Again, it doesn't matter if he's a Democrat or Republican. What matters is the bizarrely over-the-top reaction people have when you point that out. When people said that Stephen Paddock could be a Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter. I just said it's a stupid thing to bring up, but okay. And then they brought up fake individuals and people who didn't even match him at all, trying desperately to make him a Democrat. It's obviously very important to all of you. Very, very politically biased people. This is incredibly important for them. It doesn't matter. But you can believe whatever you want to. Oh, and by the way, don't mistake one of these when you're wiping your eye with one of those handy wipes you use for cleaning countertops. It hurts. It burns. Oh God, burn! It burns. Burns. My beautiful evil. He outed himself, and now you have as well. Okay, the reason I'm bringing this, I'm actually doing this, is because I'm doing these pretty much dry. That sounded wrong in a very, very funny way, so I'll leave it with that. But anyway, no, I'm doing these without actually reading them all the way. I just read that they were antagonistic and on a specific topic. At least it was on topic. And then someone leaves a link to a video and says, this is someone can actually see someone who's competent. You act like someone commenting in your sections should be the source of your info in this video. Funny enough, I know for a fact you won't play that game any longer. You're the reason. Your posting is the reason I make this video. Let's reread that. You act like someone commenting in your sections should be the source of your video info for this video. They were. I dared everybody to tell me where they're getting this link that he was a Democrat. This is my way of messing with you, so give me your links. One guy's mentioned Reddit. And Reddit is supposed to have all the Facebook links. I went through them. All of them led to stuff that was just basically screenshots. That's not good enough. When I found out his Facebook link, I found one. I mean, there could be many. None of the people on your side archived anything. Why? Why wouldn't you archive it if it proves it? The other information, like the Twitter profile, got archived to hell. Because a bunch of Twitter users, because it's filled with a bunch of rage quitters, they saw him posting as a flaming Republican and archived it. But for some reason, Republicans didn't want to archive the data that showed that it's much easier to archive individual posts on Facebook. It's very easy to do it through archive.org and archive.as. Now, I'm assuming it was done, right? I mean, that's what you would assume. Because this would eliminate our ability to argue over stupid screenshots people fake every goddamn day. And funny enough, you believe I won't base it on what people post below. That's where I get all my data from. This is a comment-driven channel. If you don't want me to talk about the subject, give me something else. Distract me with something much more interesting. I've got no attention span. At least Marcus such and such can tell people what you're too brainwashed to freaking learn on your own. Unlike your ass, he has evidence and facts. Okay, so Marcus Conte. Okay, so Marcus Conte is your source. Thanks for telling me. What I don't know if you know this, but you guys on that side of the fence are told in very desperate sounding words, don't tell anybody your sources. That'll give them a fair deal. You're not supposed to give anybody sources. You're supposed to not tell me. So thank you. Okay, next. Take the tinfoil hat of yours off. Tinfoil hat. Okay, again, the person you're talking about, this is the person who did the shooting, or it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter which one it is. Went out of his way to be a flaming, overt Trump supporter. And at that point, for that period of time, that's when he came unglued. And you're claiming for years he was a Democrat, but there's no record of it anywhere that anybody was able to post a link to that points to him. You know, when you look up the other person and you find the Democrat listing, you can just do the next step and look that person up with that data and see if you can find the other person, because it's not going to match him. You know that, right? You won't tell me where it is, because then I'll find out who it is and destroy it. Well, we'll come up with 100 other people with similar names. Yeah, that's kind of the gish gallop of it all. The person who did the shooting is a flaming Republican for only a couple of years. It doesn't matter how long. He could have literally not voted. That's the funny thing. A lot of you guys don't get that. Why does the way a guy vote determine who he shoots? In this case, it did. And he went out of his way to prove it to everybody. Like every other dangerous-sounding jackass on the internet. This is the kind of crap that causes rules like, okay, we'll use Facebook to flag people. Remember everybody's complaining about how nobody flagged Paddock because he did some stuff unusual? Okay, well, now the rules will change. Now you wanted that? Okay, every one of you that has a gun collection's flagged. Is that what you wanted? You can't make a demand and then, okay, so we got ourselves a person who changed, who you said suddenly changed political views and orientation. Don't presume as prop wash. But he spent 30 years and then suddenly turned into a Republican. Lots of people did that, so you're all flagged, right? You guys come up with these half-assed consequence-driven things. Anyway. And I'm the one with the tinfoil hat. A guy made it very obvious why he did what he did. This is the guy who planted the explosives, by the way. So anyway, you act like people will assume the government is untrustworthy on this, but then you get upset when people assume it's more trustworthy than what you say. Seems like you're proud to show off that you have you're in their freaking pocket. I don't get anything from the government. I wouldn't be stuck in this tent. So anyway, but thank you. Another person. This one's being a little bit more reasonable. He was registered Democrat up until 2016. Why would you accept a completely different name which would invalidate his ability to vote? And why? I apologize for not having links. You weren't given any. My sources have links. No, they didn't. Otherwise, you would immediately tell me what to look up, or what video to look up that had the links. I've already gone through this. This is why I stopped bothering. One site has links. My links work. Yours don't. Your video wasn't worth my time. But you posted a comment and proved otherwise. They were not mailed to begin with. Look at the packages. Fake bomb or not. No postmarks. Not real stamps. Okay, forever stamps appear to be, and some of them did appear to have postmarks. I don't know. I thought they were hand-delivered personally. You can't deliver to government officials directly. If you can find out their address, you can do it yourself manually. He was registered Democrat in New York before 2016. So now I look in New York and see, okay, cool. Is it New York City or Albany? Those with brain know the truth. All you're doing is spitting the mainstream media crap. No, actually, I got most of this from Reddit, by the way. Do your real research before making video. His name is Cesar Hilary Randazzo. Randizzo. Okay, there's like 4 or 5 spellings for that. Can't we just use the one that actually came up, that is actually his name? He used his actual literal legal name. You guys lying about his name is like saying that he was born in Kenya or something. The Seminole Nation denounced him. Yes, he's a New York Italian. This is all very good information. That's fine. But that's not relevant. The relevant thing is you guys are freaking out because one of your own did something bad again, and it makes you look like shit. I don't really care one way or another, but you guys bring it up, so I'm going to look it up. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And I'll try to find your links for you because you guys don't know how to do it.